Coming up on Broward Teen News, Kaylee tells us how the Weston community honored Veterans Day. And Clara visits a new franchise that just opened around the corner. I'm Cameron Guck.
And I'm Karina Aguilera. Sit back and relax because this special Cypress Bay High School edition of Broward Teen News starts right now. Back in November, Weston residents were able to honor United States veterans at a breakfast event put on by the Broward County Sheriff's Office.
Reporter Kaylee Powers attended this breakfast to see how the event affected our community. Here she is with more.
American flags lined the sidewalk on November 11th, the day that the United States annually celebrates those who have fought for our country.
We planned this event because we wanted to thank our veterans, active, retired, and fallen soldiers.
While current and retired soldiers were able to attend the breakfast, the fallen table was set up to honor those who have passed while serving our country.
It's dear to my heart because my partner was killed in the line of duty as a police officer. So for that table, for the fallen soldiers that were killed, it makes me feel, gives me some sadness but happiness to get them to be part of this event when they're not really here.
In order to reflect on the true meaning behind Veterans Day, stationary Army men shared the importance of the holiday.
The honor is to those men and women that have come before, that have put this uniform on, and as I said, paved the way for us. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do today.
Events like this remind you that there's people out there that really care and appreciate what you do.
The celebration hits home for veterans. Mandel Mitchell, a World War II vet, recalls his own experiences.
I was 19 years old when I was fighting. Everybody I know went into the Army at that time. If me and a million other men hadn't been fighting, this country would be a lot different. We'd be speaking German or Japanese.
Since its formation in 1775, the United States Armed Forces have worked to protect the country, and the nation's soldiers will continue to be honored every November. Kaylee Powers, CB-TV.
Veterans Day isn't the only day in November meant to bring people together.
It is not the only event with food either. Back at the Bay, our Best Buddies chapter held its annual Thanksgiving potluck, and Jonah caught up with some friends who shared a little bit more than the turkey.
Thanksgiving is a time to be thankful for those around you, and on November 18th, Cypress Bay's Best Buddies celebrated this time by holding its annual Thanksgiving potluck.
Those are just another opportunity to show your thanks for everybody of different types of people, and showing how everyone can come together and just appreciate their time together as an organization and as a club.
The organization has introduced junior Ryan Bush to new friends and brought him closer to a familiar face.
Grant is an example of somebody who I've known since childhood. He's always lived in my neighborhood. We've been family friends for a long time, and I really got to start knowing him sophomore year when he became my buddy, and it was just such a great opportunity for me to become better acquainted with somebody who I'd always known. We've always been family friends. They've always been close to my family.
Ryan has been buddies with Grant for over a year now.
He has just such an interesting way of going about life and asking questions and always curious about what's going on around him, and that's really special, and that's something that a lot of people who don't have any intellectual disabilities don't do. So it's something that everyone can learn from.
And Grant definitely feels the same way about Ryan.
He's my favorite friend. I sit with him at lunch because I love it.
While the holiday might be over, thanks to Best Buddies, Ryan still has a lot to be thankful for. Jenna Laval, CB-TV.
For our Thanksgiving episode, Tech Talk host Michael Pena showed the Bay some apps to help make their Black Friday shopping a little bit easier.
These apps aren't just used for holiday shopping. They can be used year-round and in your own home. Here's Michael to tell us more.
So let me paint you a picture. It's Thanksgiving. You're watching the game, you're watching the parade, or streaming your favorite content. You start seeing ads about Black Friday. You're thinking about going, but choose not to for obvious reasons. Well, look no further. On this edition of Tech Talk, we'll be doing our best to save your wallet and your peace of mind. First, let's run through some basic apps such as Retail Me Not and Shopular. Upon opening any one of the two apps, you'll be asked a few questions. What kind of stores you like, your location, and whether you want to receive notifications from them. Retail Me Not has the option of showing you deals for local restaurants, and Shopular has the option of showing you the latest cashback deals, which, in my opinion, is pretty good. Now let's talk about Santa's Bag. Santa's Bag allows you to budget your holiday spending by setting an amount and telling you how much you have left to spend. And if you appear to be going over, it shows you that as well. Just remember, there are apps upon apps to aid you in your shopping ventures, whatever they might be. Don't forget to stay safe and stay warm, my friends.
Besides the holiday season, there are other events here at the Bay to get people excited.
Erin Imhoff is president of our photography club, who hosted their annual Photo Fun Night in November, and I went to learn more about her passion for photos.
Cypress Bay's photography club held its annual Photo Fun Night on Wednesday, November 16th, the last time that Erin Imhoff would attend. As a child, Erin showed artistic ability and even entered an art contest.
She was, always taking pictures of her friends, and I see her, she really does have a passion for it. I mean, she really loves it.
I first started taking pictures when I got my first camera phone. I think I was probably like on Tumblr or something, and I was like, wow, I love pictures. So I was like, let me take some cool pics on my iPhone, the first iPhone ever.
In her sophomore year of high school, Erin joined the photo club because of her interest in photography. In her junior year, she became club historian and worked her way to becoming the president for her senior year.
Oh, Erin is wonderful. She's a great leader, great role model, and, making sure everybody gets things done. She's on top of it. Well, she, as a child, was so painfully shy, and to see her now, I've really seen her grow as a person. I'm really proud of her.
Now, as Erin heads to college next year, she has used the photo club and photography classes to determine where she goes next.
I'd like to do travel or fashion photography because I feel like those two things go hand in hand, and it's just what I enjoy doing.
And while Erin's photo club career is coming to an end, her photography career is just beginning. Karina Aguilera, BECON-TV.
Some of my favorite movies are from the 90s. Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, and Independence Day. I even love all the quirky 90s moments.
While I've heard of all those movies, I'll be honest, my knowledge of films is very limited.
Well, if you're like Karina and you haven't seen some of those classic films, here's Alec to show you what 90s films are worth your time.
From Titanic to The Matrix, the 1990s gave movies a huge amount of popularity due to the enhancement of storytelling and animation. Most of the movie titles from the era are still known today, and I chose 3 of my favorites in this week's 90s edition of Movie Review. With Steven Spielberg as director, he's back at it again with another installment in his film career. Jurassic Park is a science fiction film that makes you believe you are a part of the action. Jurassic Park was filmed with real-life animatronics and a grand variety of special effects, making the dinosaurs look realistic. As the dinosaurs escape from their cages, the park gets out of control. Many scenes were outstanding and jaw-dropping to viewers. Toy Story is a family-friendly film that stars a boy named Andy who has a very unique collection of toys. The main character, or toy in this case, is a cowboy named Woody, played by Tom Hanks. The film picks up as new things get introduced to the plot, including a space ranger by the name of
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger.
Having many differences, the two main characters are constantly disagreeing, which helps develop their characters and friendship later on. The film takes you through the life of Forrest Gump, a mentally disabled male who somehow is present in almost every major event in recent American history. His intense amount of luck throughout the film creates a comedic feeling. However, being constantly rejected by his lover and childhood friend, Jenny Curran, the plot takes you on an emotional roller coaster.
I've won lots of shoes.
From talking toys to robotic dinosaurs, I think we covered a lot from the cinematic industry in the 1990s. With that being said, I'm Alec Marsh. Thanks for watching this special 90s edition of Movie Review.
Sports are difficult enough without any other challenges.
Zach found a soccer team that works to overcome their problems rather than let them bring them down.
Soccer is a game of physical strength, teamwork, and mental toughness. And on Saturday, December 10th, an AYSL soccer game with an extra challenge was played at Regional Park.
Usually we play teams versus teams that have 20 players on the bench, and we just have 3 subs. So it makes us play harder and try and just play better.
When a team is short on players, a different kind of strength is needed.
Our team works twice as hard because we have half of the players that they do. We have to try and play pretty much twice as better than them.
For this team, their coach knew exactly how to handle this kind of situation.
If you have a great team, a consolidated team, you can work with 14, 15 players that we have in our roster.
With great leadership comes a team who tries their best, regardless of any obstacles.
He just tells us to use our mind more than just our body. We have to be smart of passing the ball, and he just keeps use your heart. Don't just play for playing. Love the game.
This normal AYSL soccer game displays the true nature of competition, hard work, and determination. Zach Alpern, CB-TV.
You're watching Broward Teen News. I'm Cameron Guck.
And I'm Karina Aguilera. And while some sports games can be fun and friendly, others can be a lot more serious.
Ever since before we were freshmen, Cypress Bay and Western High School in Davie have had a serious sports rivalry.
And while everyone jumped in the bandwagon, nobody really knew where this tension came from. So I decided to look into the roots of the rivalry.
Coach Jason Lookey has been the CBHS varsity basketball coach since 2002. But 17 years ago, he was coaching and teaching at Western High School.
It's pretty good hype. I mean, I actually played for Coach Lookey at Western, so I understand what the hype is all for. He's a very tough guy. He is how he is. It's exactly how he's always been.
When Cypress Bay was established, many teachers from Western were hired by the new school, including Coach Lookey.
Obviously, half the population was split, so there was some animosity. Some kids coming to a new school, some kids staying, some kids not allowed to go, some kids had to stay, so it started an instant rivalry.
A seemingly innocent rivalry has turned dangerous in recent years, with fights breaking out at sports games throughout the year, including the most recent Western game on December 6th, where cops arrived to escort students out of the game for inappropriate behavior. This history led to advanced security at the district game against Western on January 19th, with on- and off-duty cops coming to the Bay to ensure no injuries.
We had a strong presence in the parking lots where Western parked, where we parked, and Vista, so it wasn't a venue for them to gather collectively after the game. And again, just wanted to make sure we kept order and again, made sure everyone was safe.
Despite being listed as rivals on Wikipedia, CBHS and Western have no official rivalry other than between student sections. So the Bay's basketball team doesn't take it too seriously.
I want people to come to the games, but I don't want fights after the games. It's not good for people to fight.
People should be able to come to a high school basketball game, watch the game, cheer on their school without getting in fights or causing danger to other people.
Although there are differing opinions, to Coach Lookey and the Lightning, it's just about playing the sport. Karina Aguilera, CBTV.
On March 25th, CBTV is flying out to Anaheim, California to compete in a variety of different contests for the annual Student Television Network National Convention.
Kaylee Powers and Juan Trujillo are competing in commentary, in which they are given a topic and 5 hours to argue for or against the topic.
On February 18th, our individual teams practice for their contests, and this is what our commentary team came up with.
The new Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, has never attended a public school, and neither have her children. So she believes that school vouchers should be used to pay for these private schools. But first off, what is a school voucher? A voucher allows parents to pay for some or all of the private school's tuition. But if it doesn't always cover the entire tuition, then what's the purpose of a voucher anyway? Additionally, they take money funds away from already unfunded public schools. How does this benefit me or you? 54% of the states, including DC, that offer this program also have a limit to the amount of students that can obtain a voucher, but that's not a problem for the public school system. For example, the high school I attend, Cypress Bay, has seen a rapid increase in the student population since 2015. My freshman year, we were 4,500 strong, and now 2 years later, we're at 4,700 students. That's a lot of kids to teach, but being educated in the public school system has allowed that many more students the opportunity to succeed in the future. There's no evidence to support the argument that private schools have superior education to public schools. In fact, studies prove that public schools receive higher test scores in both reading and math. In addition, 79% of all private schools practice religious values, completely going against the First Amendment, a separation between the church and state, whereas public schools are open to all, regardless of race, ethnicity, or religion. With all these issues stacked up against school vouchers, it is still uncertain what the long-term effects are. However, we already know that public schools have witnessed favorable outcomes for students since the first establishment in 1635. Public schools are an absolute necessity for our society. Don't you agree with me? For Student Television Network, I'm Kaylee Powers.
The Student Television Network Convention is not just a place for aspiring journalists. There are over 10 middle and high school individual competitions for the next generation of filmmakers.
Alex Tawid, Carlos Ramirez, and Sofia Gedekin will be competing in silent film on March 30th, in which they have 6 hours to create a silent film based on a given title.
We hope you enjoy their practice video.
We practiced individually last month, but in December we had a group practice, and Cameron and I did a segment together.
Here's our news package based on the prompt, West Broward's competitive nature.
Among the 801,153 franchises in the United States is one smaller ice cream chain based in South Florida. Chill In Nitrogen Ice Cream is a shop founded in Miami with a twist on the classic treat. From chocolate to red velvet to apple pie, your choice is made on the spot, using nitrogen to freeze the dessert.
I think it's cool. I love watching them make it right in front of you, and they make it like in a different way.
While there are 5 Chill-Ins located throughout South Florida, other ice cream shops are sprinkled throughout the area as well. And Chill-In uses their unconventional approach to stick out from their competition.
I think what makes it so unique is that we use the same liquid base for every ice cream, so all we have to do is add the flavoring. So we can get really creative.
Those unique methods are what keep customers returning again and again over other shops.
Well, the other places, they just scoop ice cream out. I like how they make it from scratch and you're able to watch. The first time I was here, I was just amazed by that, and I was always just touching it and everything.
Yeah.
While there are 801,152 other franchises in the country, Chill In's twist has proven to be a recipe for success. Karina Aguilera, CBTV.
The ice cream franchise Cookies Rule Everything Around Me, or better known as Cream, first moved from California to South Florida after a Cypress Bay DECA member took the initiative to expand the shop.
The first shop opened in South Florida in Aventura in 2016, but recently has expanded to one right here in Weston. Here's Clara with the story.
A new ice cream shop called Cream opened its doors to the public on January 28th.
Ice cream was actually quality, and it's also affordable for me. Our ice cream is actually much cheaper per scoop than any of our other competitors like Cold Star.
Cream came into Weston after a Cypress-based student made it his DECA project, giving his father the idea to bring Cream all the way from California to Florida.
There was always the joke of bringing it to Florida, and then after some time, I guess my dad had been looking into it. He finally ended up talking to Jimmy, and we were under negotiations for a year and a half, and for most of the time we didn't think it was going to happen, but it ended up working out. So that's how we got the rights for master franchises and as the master franchisers in the state of Florida. And we opened our first store, Aventura, in March, and now our second store here.
As his DECA project comes full circle and Cream opens, the sweet treat is sure to be a hit with the students and adults alike. Clara DePaula, CBTV.
Thank you for watching this Cypress Bay edition of Broward Teen News.
If you want to watch more from CBTV, our weekly show Aftershock is online at cypressbaytv.com.
And while you're at it, follow us on Twitter at Cypress Bay CBTV. I'm Karina Aguilera.
And I'm Cameron Guck. Thanks for watching.